Oglądamy film, sezon 2024, spojrzenie w przyszłość. Riot Games, kolejny film podsumowujący tamten rok i chyba plany na ten rok. O, Arcane, okej. Maestria, tryby, walk, o kurde, dobra, dzieje się tu. Esport, okej, 23 minuty. Zobaczymy, co tam Riot ma nam do przekazania, co nam chcą pokazać. Sprawdźmy. Dajcie kciuka, dajcie suba, życzę miłego oglądania. I jak coś, 10 startuje sezon i 10 również będzie ten film, ten cinematic ma być. I podobno ma być dobry. Także 10 też pewnie będzie to jak najszybciej. I też nowa postać 10 będzie na PBE. Dobra, oglądamy to. Bijatyka. Ej, ta bijatyka Riotu musi wyjść w tym roku już, nie? No nie ma szans, że jeszcze to nie wyjdzie. Przelecenie przez cały rok, tak? Co to będzie? Co to będzie?
I'm Andre, also known as Miniatura.
And I'm Jeremy, aka Right Brightman. Welcome back. We hope you all had a wonderful and happy holiday season, and we're really excited to welcome you to season 2024.
Now, we're filming this video in early November, so anything that happens between now and the start of the season won't be covered in this video.
W listopadzie nagrywali film, który opublikują w styczniu? O kurde. No dobra.
Today, we're going to be joined by more folks from across the league team to talk about some of the things coming in 2024, like ranked updates, new champions, some information about Arcane Season 2, and some updates on esports.
Now, before we get started, don't forget that when you jump into a game in 5 days, Summoner's Rift is going to look and feel a little bit different. Get ready for some new objectives, map changes, and updates to the core item system. And as a reminder, Season Start Cinematic is going to be releasing next week on January 10th.
Jakiś komentarz do tego, że tym razem nie będzie taki chujowy? Moglibyście coś powiedzieć, żeby ludzie wiedzieli, że będzie dobrze, okej? Wypadałoby. No chyba, że będzie, ale no nie może być. Nie może być.
Hey everyone,
Siema.
I'm Matthew Long Harrison, the lead gameplay designer for League. I wanted to take a moment to talk to you all about some of our thoughts on Ranked, some of our learnings from the changes we made last year, and what we want to do this year to help make your climbs better for Season 2024.
No.
Last year, we added Emerald tier and increased LP gains to help alleviate any pain from increasing the number of rank resets each year. And while we've seen an overall increase in match quality, there were some side effects that moved
Jakość gier? Naprawdę zauważyli, że była lepsza jakość solo kolejki? Panowie, ten sezon był najgorszy ever, jeśli chodzi o solo queue. No, nie róbcie jaj sobie. Proszę was.
us away from where we want to take Ranked. We've seen much larger differences in visible ranks in games,
Oh, no.
meaning many of you saw players with different ranks in your matches, like a plat player in a silver game. So we're making some focused improvements on how the rank system evaluates player skill to reduce these situations. These changes will be going live when you start your rank climb next week. The changes should help resolve some other pain points, such as losing more LP than you gain, even with a positive ranked win rate overall. And also help with differentiating between Smurf accounts and new players. As always,
O! Coś o smurfach. No dobra, ale co to ma znaczyć? Pomóc z odróżnianiem smurfów od nowych graczy. Czyli, czyżby Smurf Q miało wrócić? Jeśli by to się stało, bardzo bym się cieszył, bo no niestety jeden z większych powodów, czemu ten sezon był tak chujowy, to właśnie te smurfy, ale okej. No ciekawe.
as always, we'll be closely monitoring these changes, as well as your feedback to make adjustments as needed. Best of luck in your climbs, and welcome to Season 2024.
Dzięki. No spoko. Ty, no fajnie wygląda to biuro, nie?
Hi everyone! everyone, I'm Lexi Gao, aka Raya Lexico, the Champions team lead.
And I'm Soap May, also known as Soapbox,
Ale
production
ma taki słodki głos, nie?
lead on the Champions team.
We've been working on Skarner's update for a while now,
No.
and we've been polishing him up to be ready for his big day. Meanwhile, he's getting ready for some fun too. Last time we talked about Skarner, we showed his gameplay, but we never really talked about his lore.
Skarner was
okay.
a founding member of the Yuntal, where he helped guide and shape Ishtal into the prospering region it is now. He is, however, very suspicious of the outside world and believes that Ishtal should be isolated to be safe, and he will not hesitate to run down intruders to keep it that way. We are currently finishing up Skarner's VGU, and we can't wait for you to skitter across the rift in the first half
W pierwszej połowie roku. No dobra. Czyli do czerwca zobaczymy nowego Skarnera. W porządku.
of the year.
After Skarner, we're working on 2 other champion updates.
Szywana?
The first one is for a champion we haven't talked about before, but plays a pretty big role in a show that maybe you heard about. Arcane. We want
Czekaj. Kogo z Arcane'a oni niby chcą ruszać? No zobaczmy.
to bring their Arcane version to the Rift with updated visuals and VO, while also giving some love to their gameplay.
Singed? O, może
You can
no.
expect to see them
Ale
early
no, Singed już jest tak starą postacią. No ma to sens, no.
next year after the second season is over. As for what comes after the Arcane-inspired VGU, we're excited to announce that we'll finally be tackling Shyvana.
Brawo!
She has a great theme and has become an iconic part of the league roster. Thus,
Yeet.
we're thinking about refining and progressing who she is and tuning up her gameplay instead of a complete overhaul on her narrative and themes. Think more Udyr and less Skarner. But we want to be transparent about her timeline. Shyvana's VGU will not be released until 2025 after the Arcane VGU.
Okej.
Okay, now on to the new champions. We've been teasing.
Czekaj, bo teraz w ogóle nie wiem, czy wiecie, ale w Chinach jest rok smoka. No i myślałem, że jeszcze się postarają w tym roku to wypuścić, no ale pewnie ciężko by się było wyrobić, nie? Ale ciekawe, czy się uda na za rok na pewno, bo tego Skarnera to też już tak przekładali, że uważałbym na na te Shyvany, czy będzie za rok rzeczywiście. Ale no, oby. Ale fajnie, no Shyvana to już od dłuższego czasu powinna być reworkowana.
A cute, small ADC that will be swooping into the rift soon. Meet Smolder, the fiery fledgling. Look at our cute little son.
O nie! To smok! A, uciekajcie! A!
Okej.
Się! Przynajmniej
Lata.
nie skończyłem znowu na drzewie. Cześć, jestem Smolder. O, moja mama też mówi cześć. Kto jest najlepszym smokiem? Ja jestem najlepszym smokiem. Hej, mamo, jak się nazywają te takie ogniste cośki przy moich uszach? O, no dobra.
Okej.
To zrobiłem? Patrz, co potrafię!
Dźwięki
Głupi
są dziwne.
śmiertelnicy! Ej, ale gdzie się wszyscy podzieli? O, tak! Widziałaś to, mamo? Umiem przysmażać! Dobra.
Dobra, ciekawe. Czekaj, tę Erkę sobie zobaczyć jeszcze raz.
Cześć. Cześć, jestem Smolder.
To jest chyba Erka, no musi być to Erka, nie? No ciekawe.
Nie skończyłem znowu na drzewie. Cześć, jestem Smolder. O,
Takie ulti Panteona bez Panteona? W sumie? Coś takiego bym powiedział? No ciekawe. Też jak coś u Marweka jest pokaz skilli. Jeszcze tego nie widziałem jak coś. Także tutaj pierwszy raz w ogóle dopiero widziałem tę postać. Riot nie zaprosił mnie na pokaz tej postaci. Brzydko, bardzo brzydko.
tak! Widziałaś to, mamo? Umiem przysmażać. Dobra.
One of the goals
I on ma
we
być
have-
za 2 tygodnie, nie? Czyli ma być pod koniec stycznia, powiedzmy. Ta postać będzie wychodzić.
had for Smolder was to make a straightforward ADC, as all of the recent ADCs we've released are high-skilled champs or very non-traditional. Aphelios, Samira, Zeri, Nila, we want to fulfill the fantasy of a little dragon who can focus on honing his fire-breathing skills.
And while Smolder may be working on his skills, his mom is never too far in the distance and is always ready to make an appearance when he needs her the most.
After Smolder, we'll be heading further north to cool off from all that dragon fire. Our Vestayan solo laner is someone we've been wanting to bring to the Rift for a while, but the last time we tried their development took a bit of a detour and we ended up with Silas.
But not to worry, the Champions team is back on the case and is focusing on making a new mid-range mage. We have another champion in the works who should be a familiar face to all of you. But we're gonna hand things over to Riot Brightmoon and Meddler to talk a little bit more about our new upcoming champion.
Last year, we shared that Arcane Season 2 would be releasing globally this November. Everyone at Riot is really excited by the show, and we've been inspired to bring Arcane into game more. We're excited to show you a small preview of one of the things the League team's been working on.
No.
So the first bit of Arcane you'll be seeing in the League will be Ambessa Madara. She'll bring Noxian domination to the Rift. And much like how she is in the show, she won't be for the faint of heart in game. Don't let her large stature fool you though. She brings both strength and speed, sidestepping attacks with surprising agility.
And Ambessa is only the first piece of Arcane coming to League this year. To celebrate Arcane Season 2, we'll have Arcane-inspired gameplay and a new VGU, new skins, as well as a few other surprises.
Okay.
I am so excited for the new season. I hope you are too.
Jeszcze
Can we show them a clip? Maybe just one?
Okay.
O, teaser jakiś do Arcane'u? Poka, poka.
Yeah, okay, one, but just a short one.
Singet tego Warwicka robi, nie? Z Wandera. Już była ta teoria od dawna. To chyba to. No. No spoko, spoko. Maestria bohaterów. No nie gadaj, że zrobią to, co mówiłem, że trzeba 10 level zrobić. Riot?
Hey everyone, I'm Evan Humphreys, aka Riot Revenancer, the lead system designer for our motivations team. We're responsible for creating and maintaining the various systems around the game like loot, honor, and champion mastery, which is what I'm here to talk to you all about today. Champions are the most central part of League, and we love the dedication that a lot of you have to your mains. We want mastering champions to be a meaningful experience that lets you differentiate more between players who play champions some and players who play them a ton.
Dobry klip.
So, we're uncapping the leveling system and letting you show off exactly how much you play your favorite champions. Levels 7 through 10 will unlock new versions of the Mastery emote, and after that, we'll add an evolving number that displays your total Mastery level from 11 and beyond. And don't worry, your current champion mastery points will carry over to the new system. So if you've already grinded to Mastery 7 on your main, there's no need to do it again. And those of you with enough mastery points will end up at even higher levels. We'll be back again as we get closer to launch in the first half of the year with more info on this updated system.
Dosłownie, ile? 2 albo 3 tygodnie temu mówiłem o tym pomyśle, żeby zwiększyć te levele. Mówiłem nawet cioci z Riotu o tym pomyśle i patrz, i nic nie powiedziała, że to robią. Nic nie powiedziała. Fajne, spoko. Tylko, kurczę, ja bym chciał, żeby coś się dostawało za ten wysoki level swojej jednej postaci, no. Nie wiem co, ale jakoś to powinno być wynagrodzone. Ale nie wiem jak. Nie wiem, czy jakiegoś super skina, czy coś. Nie wiem. Co teraz? Tryby. No.
Hey everyone, I'm Eduardo Cadmus Cortejoso, and I'm a team lead for game modes on League of Legends.
Hi, I'm Selena Choo Trang Liu, the delivery lead on the MOS team.
So last year, we released Arena and we received a huge amount of support from all of you. We brought it back in December to test out some changes and make some improvements. We're happy to share, though, that it's coming back again in the first half of this year with even more improvements.
Okay.
Our goal for the next iteration of Arena is to increase champion diversity, improve game-to-game variance, and foster even more experimentation. One of our favorite parts of Arena is the ability to play some fun and wacky combinations that wouldn't and maybe shouldn't work in Summoner's Rift. So we want to encourage that with some more targeted changes to gameplay and game balance. The biggest change you'll see is that we're increasing the number of teams from 4 teams of 2 to 8 teams of 2, for a total of 16 players in each game of Arena, making Arena a 2v2, v2, 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 v2.
Fajne.
This means that you'll face different
Bardzo fajne. Spoko. Przyjemne. Podoba mi się.
teams more often, have more chances at redemption, and maybe get out early or crush
Ale no chyba wtedy trzeba trochę zmienić, ile ma się tam HP, ile się traci i tak dalej, nie? Żeby te gry też nie trwały za długo. No bo te areny grasz też pewnie trochę mają, jest powód taki, że... Znaczy, dużym plusem jest tego, że grasz 15 minut, nie? Żeby czasem się nie zrobiła z tego gra na 30 minut. Tak sobie myślę. No, żeby to jakoś się nie wydłużył czas gry jakoś za bardzo, żeby nie przesadzili w drugą stronę, bo właśnie areny mają ten plus, że one są bardzo szybkie i to jest fajne. Ale no ciekawe.
the competition if you're really doing well.
You can also expect to see some new augments, new maps, and some other improvements that we're still right now exploring. Outside of Arena, we are also bringing back more game modes this year.
Urf, dobra. Kurde, ja bym te Darkstar Trashe chciał znowu. Jakieś PvE tryb bym chciał. Co bym jeszcze chciał? Nie wiem co. Ja te Trashe bym chciał znowu zobaczyć. Tak fajny był ten tryb, kurczę.
Earth will be back for Lunar New Year, and then we'll be following that up with One for All. We'll be sure to update you later in the year about what modes are going to come out after that. Oh, and one last thing. Even with all the work happening on Arena last year, we still have something else cooking behind the scenes.
We're experimenting with yet another new mode that, like Arena, will be a totally different take on core League gameplay. But unlike Arena, this will be a little bit more of a chill way to spend time with your friends. We don't want to spoil too much yet, so we'll be back later this year to share more.
Good luck, have fun, and we'll see you in ARAM, Arena, Earth, OFA, and TBD.
To be decided. Spoko, fajnie. Jest już jakaś, wiesz, zajawka, że coś będzie fajnego. Znaczy fajnego to nie wiadomo, ale coś będzie, a to już jest dobrze. Coś się będzie działo. Spoko, no ciekawe co to będzie. Też żeby się wyluzować, więc nie będzie jakieś takie spocone. Może będzie fajnie. Zobaczymy. Co teraz? Walka z oszukiwaniem. No ostatnio, kurczę, dużo skrypterów. Nawet się słyszy, że drophackują te lobby całe. Skrypterów, no są problemy. No zobaczymy. Ciekawe, co z tym zamierzają zrobić.
Last year, we spent some time behind the scenes working on updating League's anti-cheat and bot detection software, as our current version had fallen behind the times. This was compounded by the security breach earlier in the year, which increased our vulnerability to botting and cheating. And a pretty consistent piece of feedback that we've been hearing from you all is the high number of bots in games, disrupted smurfs in ranked, and an increase in scripting. We know this has been a consistent pain point in League,
No,
so it's been something we've been working on fixing.
okej.
One of our goals this year is to maintain and improve the competitive integrity in all of your League games, whether it's in ranked or normals, Clash, Arena, whatever. So in late February or early March, we're bringing Vanguard to League. Vanguard is our proprietary anti-cheat and anti-botting software that's been active in Valorant since the beginning.
Okej.
We've seen a huge amount of success in their ability to catch and stop cheaters in their games, and we expect to see similar results when we implement it in League.
Similar to Valorant's version of Vanguard, Leagues will run at the kernel level. This is becoming standard for strong anti-cheat software in gaming, as cheat and bot makers are quick to adapt. If you don't run at this level, they will, and thereby evade all of the anti-cheat software as a result. Now, Vanguard offers us the ability to catch bots and cheaters as quickly and effectively as possible. It also gives us the opportunity to do things like hardware ban offenders and terminate matches in which a cheater is detected, refunding loss of LP for everybody except the person cheating, of course.
Now, we know that there's a question and concern of data privacy around kernel-level anti-cheat. This is something that came up with Vanguard and Valorant as well, and we want to take a moment to tackle those concerns up front here. Vanguard does not collect or process any personal information differently from our current anti-cheat software. We don't need or want to know anything more about you or your machine other than what is necessary to maintain integrity when playing our games. Now, if you already have Vanguard installed because you've played Valorant, you won't need to do anything else and you can continue as normal. But if you haven't, starting in a few weeks, you'll be required to install Vanguard in order to play League.
We know that this may be a meaningful change, but we're very confident it will lead to an overall better League experience for everyone. We'll be sure to communicate with you all as the changes go live and to let you know how things are going afterwards. All right, we're going to hand things back off to the dev team now for an update on some of the skins coming to League this year.
Skiny, to najchętniej bym skipnął, ale no, posłuchamy tego. Kurczę, spoko, że walczą z tymi tam botami i tak dalej, ale ja trochę ubolewam nad tym, że jak zgłaszasz kogoś na chociażby tym League Partnerze, czy coś takiego, że Riot się nie zajmuje jakby od razu tymi botami, tylko zostawiają wszystko automatom. To mi się trochę nie podoba. To jest dla mnie trochę takiego piodu, bo niekiedy naprawdę widać, że ktoś skryptuje. Jest to tak totalnie oczywiste i niekiedy są ludzie na West czy na iście, którzy są wysoko na solo kolejce, zagrali ileś set meczy, cały czas skryptują, no i niech to ktoś po prostu zbanuje. Jakby tak z palca go strzelić. Znaczy, no tutaj domyślam się, że Riotowi chodzi o to, żeby właśnie nie manualnie tego nie robić, tylko żeby od razu falę botu wywalić, no ale to wiecie, no to psuje rozgrywkę graczom po prostu cały czas, więc ja tam się nie obraził, gdyby jakiś tam oddział czy coś takiego był, żeby monitorowanie po prostu solo kolejki. O to mi chodzi. To by było spoko. Ale no jest jak jest.
It's like trying to craft a unique fantasy where you can't have any kind of costuming on the stretch locations and like the thighs,
that makes
the elbows, so you're kind of isolated to
Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie 100 Piece Nuggets Leong, the Skins team lead.
And I'm Thomas Ranby, aka Riot Hylia, the concept art lead for Skins. Today we're going to talk a bit about some of the upcoming thematics for League, some of our goals for 2024, and we're going to give you all an update on our ASUs. But first, I believe we owe you an updated prestige skin list.
Yes, we do.
Ta-da! Oh.
In the first
Okay.
half of the year, you can expect prestige skins for Rakan, Ezreal, Kindred, Evelynn, and Kayle in that order.
Ewelina i Kayle? Ciekawe. Takie, no, nie za popularne postacie wzięli, nie? Kiedy zresztą też jest popularna. No, trochę zaskoczyli takim wyborem. Ciekawe.
We'll be back later in the year to give you all an update on the second half of the year.
A, to jest pół roku. To jest pierwsze pół roku? I później będzie drugie tyle? Okej, dobra.
Wanted to give you all an update on our two ASUs. Lee Sin's base is finalized, and we've been working through his extensive skin catalog. We spent a lot of time testing out his animations to make sure we didn't impact his smooth gameplay, and have been sure to similarly focus on this with his skins. We're really excited to put him and his newly unbroken neck into your hands, and you can expect to bring him onto the Rift in early May. We did want to give you a heads up that we have run into a few challenges with Teemo. Such a troublemaker.
Mischievous.
Ugh, seriously. His ASU is taking us a bit longer than we originally intended, and we're currently figuring out our updated timelines, but we'll be back with an update later this year with a sweeper to let you know when to expect an updated Swift Scout on the Rift.
All right, now on to the new and returning skin thematics of the year. So first up, we're going to be celebrating the Lunar New Year with a brand new thematic called Heaven's Scale, which pays homage to the rich cultural heritage of the holiday. In the world of Heaven's Scale, a curious court of deities take on human guises and descend from their palaces in the clouds to take part in the mortal celebration.
To jest Kajsa? Tak?
Below. So Heaven's Scale's design fantasy skews a bit more heavily into ancient history.
Najgorsze jest to, że widzisz jakiegoś skina i nawet nie wiesz, co to jest do końca za postać. Nie jesteś pewny, bo to tak zmienia te postacie, że masakra. Kurde.
Historical divinity and garments in order to distance itself from our more modern takes on the Lunar New Year, like lunar beasts or firecracker. We wanted to take care to preserve the majestic and beautiful designs while also keeping...
Czy co, Ezreal? Czy co to jest? Chyba Ezik.
a fun and celebratory tone in line with the spirit of the holiday.
Tak.
We also have another brand new thematic coming up that delves into a world where primal instinct reigns supreme, called Primal Ambush. Primal Ambush draws heavy inspirations from the refined skill of martial artists and the raw, fierce strength of tigers themselves. We wanted to show some love to our Southeast Asian players in particular with this thematic. We really drew a ton of inspiration from that region, the fashions of those cultures, where tigers naturally live and hold a great deal of cultural significance.
We'll also have the return of some established thematics like porcelain, recent favorite fairy court, as well as some well-loved thematics we haven't visited in a few years, like Project and Blood Moon. And you can expect to see all of these come out before summer this year.
We've also been taking a look at some improvements we can make outside of just what new skins are releasing. So some of our older legendaries, for instance, were released before we started adding content such as legendary borders. So we're going to be going back to add them to skins that missed out. This includes skins such as Broloff, Corporate Mundo, and Dragon Trainer Tristana. Trist will actually be live in just a few days.
And finally, we have some skins coming out for champions who haven't had as much love in a little bit. As of filming, Rammus is currently sitting in the 1000-Day Club, and Olaf is hot on his tail.
All right, well, that's it for us for now. We're going to hand things over to the esports team, who will give you an update on the competitive side of League that we...
Dajcie esport, bo te skiny to... No nie wiem, no wybaczcie, no ja jeśli chodzi o skiny w LoLu, no nie za bardzo się wczułem w ten temat. No tyle.
Definitely should have been drafted for.
Yep, absolutely.
Silver 2.
I am iron.
Hej. Dobra, esport. Co będzie się działo?
Hi everyone, I'm Nazala Taha.
And I'm Chris Greeley.
And we are so excited to kick off the 14th season of LoL Esports. And we want to give you a look at some of our plans for 2024. So let's start by talking about our global events, MSI and Worlds.
We want our international events to have a strong regional representation so that the best teams from each region can fight it out on the global stage. This year, we're making it so that there are 3 base slots for the LPL, LCK, LEC, and LCS at Worlds, with new ways for teams and regions to earn additional slots. The LLA, CBLOL, PCS, and the VCS will have their slots remain unchanged.
And we're keeping the same double elim format from MSI 2023, but we're going to up the stakes even more this year. For the first time ever, the winning MSI team will be awarded a guaranteed spot at Worlds, which also counts as an additional slot for their region. And the next best performing region at MSI will secure an additional world seed for their region.
Yeah, and we can't wait to see...
No tutaj podnietki nie mam, bo już wczoraj albo przedwczoraj już wyszło to info ogólnie. Przeciek był jakiś i wyszło to info już, ale no jest to bardzo fajna rzecz. MSI dzięki temu będzie jeszcze lepsze. I co, no pewnie Chiny i Korea będą miały 2 sloty więcej na Worldsach, no. No chyba, że w końcu Europa, kurde, coś zagra konkretnego, no oby. Byłoby super, no ale zobaczymy. Ale zmiana oczywiście, myślę, że na plus.
the increased competition at MSI this year.
And while we're talking about MSI, we wanted to share that this year's MSI will be held from May 1st through the 19th in Chengdu, China. This is the first time we've brought a global LoL Esports event to this vibrant city, and we're so excited to see the amazing crowds there cheer on their favorite teams. And we'll be back with more updates on MSI the closer we get to the event.
Last year in Korea, we announced that Worlds would be returning to Europe, with the finals taking place in London, England at the O2 Arena. Today, we wanted to let you know where the rest of the tournament will be held.
Well, we'll be kicking off Worlds in Berlin at our newly remodeled esports arena for the play-ins and Swiss stages. Then we'll head to the Adidas Arena in Paris, France for quarterfinals and semifinals.
No kurczę, tutaj no jestem lekko zawiedziony, nie będę ukrywał. Kurczę, no ileż można w tym studiu w Berlinie się kisić, naprawdę, no. Jak już są mistrzostwa świata, no to zróbmy gdzieś wyjazdowo coś, no naprawdę. Kurczę, no play-iny jeszcze w tym studiu bym zrozumiał, no ale ten Swiss Stage, no można by chociaż w Hiszpanii zrobić, nie wiem, w Madrycie, kurwa, czy innej, w Barcelonie. Gdzieś indziej, naprawdę, no to studio już po prostu, znaczy studio będzie odświeżone, bardzo fajnie, tylko że tam będzie maksymalnie 250 osób wchodziło, rozumiecie to? Na mistrzostwa świata, na trybunach będzie 250 osób. Come on! Co to ma być? Czemu to tak działa? No kurczę. A jeśli chodzi o ćwierćfinały i półfinały, to będą we Francji, w Paryżu. I tam ma być 8000 miejsc. Kurde, no. Nie wiem. Tak, no trochę biednie to wychodzi. Jakby można by to chyba trochę z większym rozmachem zrobić, wydaje mi się. No ale też pamiętajmy o tym, że aktualnie e-sport trwa tak zwana zima e-sportowa, więc no domyślam się, że to pewnie dlatego, nie? Że nie jest tam najlepiej. No ciekawe.
Fans brought so much energy to the Paris finals in 2019, and we're really excited to see what you all do for not just one, but 2 stages of Worlds there.
Worlds will run from September 24th through November.
Czyli tak samo jak było właśnie nie w poprzednim roku, tylko wcześniej. No bo teraz w 23 było trochę później się zaczynały Worldsy, dlatego że było Asian Games. Więc teraz wracamy do normalności, nazwijmy to.
Second, and we'll be back later this year as we get closer to the event to announce ticket sales dates.
Now, as we embark on the 2024 season, we are so proud to commemorate 14 remarkable years of LoL esports. Throughout this decade and a half, we've witnessed pro players from around the world leave their mark, displaying incredible resilience, mastery of League of Legends gameplay, and inspiring millions of fans across the globe. To celebrate those who have made a lasting impact on the game, the sport, and the community, and really honor their legacies, we are proud to introduce the LoL Esports Hall of Legends.
There are a number of pro players worthy of being inducted into our unique version of a Hall of Fame.
No to też już wyszło wczoraj, czy to przedwczoraj. No na pewno to będzie będzie ten skin do Ari dla Fakera. To na pewno będzie w Hall of Legends, ale no pytanie właśnie, jakie tam osoby będą się znajdować, kurde, jakie są wymagania? Ciekawe.
Fame. So we've gathered an independent voting panel of esports industry veterans and experts from every region around the world to vote and select our very first inductee.
Each year, those inducted into the Hall of Legends will have their historic careers celebrated both IRL and in-game. Now, we're currently collecting votes, and we'll be back later this year to share more.
And finally, all of our regional leagues are gearing up for the start of the 2024 competitive season. You can tune in on lolesports.com beginning January 13th to keep up with all of your favorite teams and pros.
We can't wait to watch the 2024 LoL Esports season with all of you. Good luck and have fun on your climbs. Thank you in advance for tuning in and supporting your favorite teams and leagues. Now, here's Riot Brightmoon and Medler.
Spoko, no jakby, kurczę, no gdyby nie było tego wycieku, co wyszedł, no to byłyby fajne informacje, no ale tak jak mówię, no to wszystko wyciekło wcześniej, więc no nie ma takiej podnietki. Ale co, no to z MSI bardzo fajne. To z Worldsami, no szkoda, że tak kurczę budżetowo, no ale no tak jak mówię, no chyba po prostu kaski nie ma na to, nie ma jakiegoś takiego dużego budżetu. I tyle, nie? No ja cały czas liczyłem na to, że kurczę, jakby takiego Swiss Stage'a dali do nas w Polsce, Warszawa, Kraków, albo jakiś Gdańsk na przykład. Kurde, no dałoby się to zrobić. Pewnie by się dało. Ale nie dla Polaka, to dla Niemca w Berlinie będzie. Kurczaki, no. Szkoda, szkoda. Trochę szkoda.
To wrap us up.
All right, before we go, we wanted to remind you that we're celebrating a special birthday for League this year. We are turning 15. We are so close to being able to finally drive a car.
Oh, in the US at least. But we're looking forward to celebrating with you all later this year. We're not doing new game announcements this time. This year is all about League and celebrating our 15th birthday with all of you.
So look forward to the celebrations coming in October.
Oh.
And as a reminder, don't forget to check out the dev blogs that go into more detail on some of the topics we discussed today. We'll also be back with our regular dev updates as usual after this video. So we'll be seeing you soon.
Best of luck on your climbs, and welcome to season 2024.
W październiku. Czyli no, ostatni kwartał na pewno będzie bardzo dobry. No bo wiecie, no jest Arcane, są Worldsy, także no to będzie grube, nie? Będzie grube, no jest to 15-lecie. No ciekawe jak to, co tam będą robić, no bo pamiętajmy, że na 10-lecie, no zapowiedzieli co? Valoranta zapowiedzieli, tę bijatykę i coś tam jeszcze było, nie? A teraz no mówią, że skupimy się na League of Legends. No zobaczymy, bo właśnie na tym 10-leciu, już mówiłem to jakiś czas temu na jakimś filmie, że no właśnie to 10-lecie było trochę takim osłabieniem League of Legends, żeby to powiedzieć tak grzecznie. No po prostu no, więcej tam uwagi dostał Valorant, więcej uwagi dostało TFT, a Liga Legend tak sobie została na następne 2 albo 3 lata lekko porzucona, bym powiedział. Więc no, dobrze, że teraz wraca to na dobre tory. No i oby było dobrze. Oby było dobrze. Zobaczymy. Ale film, no spoko, fajnie, że coś takiego daje na początek sezonu, żebyśmy się mogli zorientować, jakie są plany. Fajnie, że wracają ogólnie do tego komunikowania się ze społecznością i to już w poprzednim roku się to zaczęło, więc fajnie, że cały czas przy tym trwają, bo tak jak mówiłem wcześniej, było tak sobie. Ale ogólnie myślę, że pozytywnie. Myślę, że w porządku, nie? Git. Może to będzie dobry rok. Oby. Trzymamy kciuki.